Pacific Standard Time, and it's July 6th, 2025. And we're back at it with another general, timeless, intuitive reading for my soul tribe, Divine Divinity, and whoever else resonates with any of these messages. At any time that you come across them, you already know what the deal is. Do your own spiritual due diligence. How? By going within into the Holy Spirit of the Most High for further confirmation from the words and messages that you have received, not only from me, but any other intuitive reader or any other person, period, that's speaking on or into your life. Okay? No one knows you better than you and the Most High. Okay? So I said that to say this. Stop seeking outside validation from people who can't even validate themselves from within. Because what is their validation worth if they can't even validate their own lives? Okay? I'm hearing substantiate. Substantial. You have something substantial and it's going to be substantiated. Okay? So, y'all know I likes to get into my gospel music any given time of the day, but I try to, honor and revere it, especially on Sundays. I'll break down and play some gospel music anytime, anywhere. Just like if I want to hear a Christmas song and it's out of season, I'll play that as well too. But let's go ahead. I was listening to Great Are You, Lord. And it was the remake from Trey McLaughlin. Okay? And let me see if I can find the lyrics. Because I already had it pulled up for masculine, but it's only giving the track list, I guess, from the EP that he did this on. So we're going to try and get these lyrics without having to play the actual video, because I don't want them to say anything about this video and copyright. Okay. It goes on to say something to the effect that you are great, you are love, you bring light to the darkness. Great are you, Lord. Okay, so this is giving me like the energy of Christ consciousness. Okay, and oftentimes many readers say that the true definition of a healer is not to heal other people, but to show them how to go within and heal themselves. Now, a lot of that is true, but when we're talking about Christ consciousness being in and of the mind of Christ, that was the example that he was sent here to give us as an ascended master. Okay, because that's what he is. He's an ascended master, okay? And I believe that in all belief systems, there are truths and untruths based on man's pen, okay? So while I do resonate with a lot of aspects of the Bible, I do not believe that Jesus Christ is the one and only way to consciousness, to salvation, to divinity. There are a plethora of different avenues and perspectives to get into enlightenment in alignment with your soul-driven purpose and design and assignment. Now, if it was just one way for all of us, how dull would this world be if we're all doing the same thing? Or if we're all billions, however many is on this planet, is subscribing to the same thing, variation, polarity, different ends of the spectrum. And that's why we were sent here or created here with the right of free will. The will to choose left or right, bitch, but whichever choice you make, you best be prepared for the outcome, or at least have an idea. Okay, and so that's where we're vibrating and resonating with my soul tribe and my energy. Okay, you don't have to be exactly where I'm at, but if you get what I'm saying, then you're on the path. Okay. So again, I said all of that to say, stop seeking validation. Once the Holy Spirit of the Most High, God, Source, Energy, the universe, whatever name you tag to the energy, it's all the same energy. Okay, once you get that impartation from the Most High, you don't need anybody else to validate it. It has already been stamped for approval. It has been notarized by the divine. Okay, so that's my brother in the background co-signing. Thank you, brother. But this is what we're coming into the realization of. Now, I still have to upload the videos from yesterday, but one of the, I think the last reading that I did was on this erratic, chaotic energy. And then it talked, we went into the buck full moon. And the buck is when the male deer starts to grow his antlers for the first time. So you know there's a lot of breaking of the skin, a lot of itching, irritation of the skin, bleeding. So you could be experiencing these physical manifestations as you're growing in your maturation or maturity in divinity. Okay, on the flip side of that, okay, it's giving me like chrysalis energy. You know, the caterpillar goes into a chrysalis form to go through this transformation to emerge the butterfly. Okay, so that's giving me that type of energy. Okay, as we're growing and maturing, if you've noticed Fem Masculine through each ascension, through each growth spurt, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically, there's a physical manifestation that starts to happen. Like out of nowhere, our skin starts to peel. Our face starts to dry up. It's making way for the new level of skin or new layer of skin that you have now acclimated by going through the transformation successfully. It's just like the snake when it sheds his or her skin. They're getting bigger. So the old skin doesn't fit them anymore. It's too small. So they have to shed that skin. And when people hear snake energy, they automatically think evil. That's a snake. And yes, sometimes there are some snake bitches out in this world that are poisonous, that are venomous. They will either bite you and poison you through your bloodstream, or they will hold on you so tightly and constrict you until you can't breathe anymore. Both outcomes are death. Now, from a high vibrational perspective, the snake represents transformation, Kundalini awakening. So some of you all could be going through your Kundalini awakening, or you already have. It's like this rapid, it's an intense spiritual, energetical experience that literally feels like your body is on fire, going through your chakras, okay? And this is the moment in time to where you have reached the precipice of being in alignment, or at least walking that path in alignment towards your purpose and design. Whatever your purpose and design is, that's your business. I'm not your creator, okay? I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to give the messages so that I won't get no spiritual ass whooping, okay? Something else that was familiar, okay? For quite some time in the readings, water energy has been coming up, specifically Pisces, but inclusive of Cancer and Scorpio. Okay, so water divination, a special relation to the ocean, to the sea, to any body of water. We know that water is the water energy in tarot represents intuition and spiritual gifts. It also represents emotions. So you're tapping into your water abilities at this time. And I say that to say this. Outside my window, and I mentioned it in one of the videos, there was a break in the water line and water started to bubble up from the ground. Now, last night, the pipe burst and we got a live, like, water, not a waterfall, but a fountain right outside the window. And the sound is so soothing, and it's beautiful to see the sun and the sunlight reflect through the water. talk about divinity. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out, and in order 10:10 on the clock timer. So yes, Fem Masculine, you have definitely closed out chapters. You've closed out sequels. You've closed out prequels on a soul level here. And this new beginning, because we have many new beginnings with each test, with each lesson learned, many a new beginning. But this new beginning, this cycle feels different. I know for me it does, and I'm suspecting that for those of you who are in this frequency, you're going to get it as well. And if you don't get it, that's fine. It's not for you at this time. Maybe in the near future, or maybe not. That's all on you. It ain't got shit to do with me. Okay. But yeah, there's something so new in this season. It's like the quintessential saying, like, let it fall off your back, like let it roll off of you like water on a duck's back. Okay, so a lot of things that phased us in the past, even up until recently, that's child work to us now. It's child's play. It's almost insignificant, meaning that we now have the ability to consciously move in this energetical ebb and flow in spirit between the light, shadow, masculine, and feminine energies seamlessly. And it's not a conscious thought at this time, at this point that I'm speaking of. It's not a conscious thought. Oh, I need to get into my feminine energy and chill, allow, attract, manifest. Or I need to switch mode into masculine and take some action. I need to do something. Or I need to be in my light energy, light, unconditional love, all things for the good of mankind. And sometimes we need to dip into our shadow, okay? Because we can't have one without the other. We can't have the masculine without the feminine, because the feminine gives birth to the masculine, okay? And we can't have shadow without the light, because the light gives way to shadow, okay? So is a oneness energy, seventh dimension, okay? A lot of the awakening divine femme masculine, they're coming out of the third dimension into the fifth dimension, which is realizing the duality that we all possess. Now, as we continue to learn, idealistically, as we continue to learn and grow by applying the lessons learned and closing out these cycles, then we move from the fifth dimension to the sixth dimension to the seventh dimension, which is the oneness, realizing, hey, everything has its separate function, but it all works together for the good of the one. We are all one. And then you continue to ascend eighth, ninth dimension. We're not even going to get into that right now, okay? But that's where we are in this energy. So, in honor of this fountain, I'm hearing, what's this? Precious mountain, free to all, a healing stream. Near the cross, that's the name of the song. I might play that after this video. 1404 on the clock timer. So 144. Chosen one energies. Many are called, but few are chosen. Book of Revelations. Okay. 1414 on the clock timer. 5 and 5. Upcoming changes for your highest good and expansion. Fifth house energy. Leo and the sun. Success, rewards, creativity, romance, fun, and play. And you shining a light on the bullshit. Okay. And people don't like that too much. And they blame us for it. But look here, see, what I'm saying is, if you don't want your shit to be known or found out, then don't do it, bitch. The fuck? If we could talk that shit about that, because we've taken accountability. And I'm not talking about the ones who haven't taken accountability for everything in their life up until this point. Even before we came into our spiritual awakening, we still held a certain amount of accountability of everything that took place in our life, past, present, and beyond. Okay? But this is for the ones who have taken accountability. Okay? That's why we could put our spiritual flex on. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, don't get mad at us. You did it. You need to take accountability. That's your choice. If you don't want to take accountability, then fine, don't. But don't project it onto us. We're simply vessels and the messenger. Okay? And some of us spiritual authorities. You don't have to believe it in order for it to be true, but you'll find out is what I'm saying. Okay? Those in alignment with this energy, we got special access and privileges, not because we're special ourselves, even though we are, but it's because many are called, few are chosen. We did the work. We heard the trumpet sound and we answered the call. We didn't hear the phone go ringing and ringing and ring-a-ling-a-ling and then let it go to voicemail. No, we didn't do that. We said, okay, Holy Spirit, I know this is you. Source energy, universe, God. I know this is you. So I'm going to answer the call. And bit by bit, we've learned as we traverse on this journey. And no, that's not to say that we know everything, because we don't. But we know more than most. And we get it. And we're able to look at things from a higher perspective. Even playing the devil's advocate. Okay? So, you know, man, I'm getting like the energy, like people will look at you, look at me, look at us, and be like, well, they get to do it, why can't I, bitch? Because you didn't put the work in. You don't even know why you want to do that. Okay? You haven't even begun on that journey. So quit worrying about other people and mind your business is pretty much what I'm saying. But let's get into this. Okay. These are energy messages. I picked them up, so we're going to get these out the way first. And then we're going to get into some water oracle messages. And continue to see what comes out from their masculine. 1717 on the clock timer. You could be seeing 1717 as a synchronization or a variation of 717, 616, 414, 313, 144, 141, 133. All of the individual numbers in triplets, 1010, 1111, 1212, 1313. Also triplets of 101010, 1111, and 1212. You could also be seeing 1113, okay? 66, 77, 88, so on and so forth. Basically, any number that you see and it calls out to you, it doesn't have to be repetitive all the time, but if it's repetitive, that's constantly spirit. Confirmation, y'all see my phone lighting up? I ain't even touched the bitch. 1808 on the clock timer. I've been seeing that one, a variation of 188. You could be seeing that lately, okay? 1818 on the clock timer. That's 99. 1999 is significant. The number 99 is significant. 18 and 9. So we're dealing with ninth house energy, long distance travel, higher education, broadening your horizons, seeking and soaking up divine knowledge and wisdom. I'm glad this came up because I made a mental note to talk about this. And look here, envy. Didn't I just say these people looking at us and pointing at us, talk about why they get to do what we can't do? Because you didn't do what we did, bitch. Plain and simple. You didn't do the work. Okay? You expect to co-pilot a plane and you didn't take the class, no humbug, you're done. That's not going to happen. And it's the same with the divine. The Holy Spirit of the Most High is not going to allow anyone to take off with its passengers and they don't know what they're doing. That time and age is a wrap. And if you're not paying attention, just look at what's going on in the world. There's a lot of unraveling that's being done right now, and it's going to take some time. So patience is a virtue. Okay, but what I wanted to touch on is that we see more than most, but still only in part. Meaning that the Most High could have given us a profound epiphany on what our purpose here, what our destiny is here. But along the way, as we continue on this journey, continuously find out different aspects of what that destiny entails. So in this time, or whenever you come across this video and it hits you, okay, you could be discovering yet a new aspect of your purpose in your design, like I'm finding out now. And I'm not going to speak too much on it, but it makes sense. It's in alignment with who I am naturally as a person. My heart, giving, caring, kind. I don't like to see other people hurt. Okay? I don't like to discourage people. And because of that energy, I allowed myself to betray myself in the past. But see, this is where this oneness comes in. I don't do that anymore. You get your chance. 9 times out of 10, it's one chance, depending on the severity of the grievance that occurred. Now, depending on that level and intensity, you get one and one chance only. Okay? But you're finding out different aspects of your gifts, your talents, your abilities, and how that incorporates into what you're supposed to do. Okay? So again, that 9th house energy, higher education, broadening your horizons, long distance traveling, seeking, soaking up divine knowledge and wisdom. This is also life path number 9. So you could be a humanitarian, philanthropic energy, caring, sharing, giving back to your community and or communities. Okay, helping build others, being a voice to the voiceless. Okay, and that's something else that I noticed. People love to prop up the bullshit. They love to slap the people high fives that's doing the fucked up shit. But the ones who have been left victim, who can't, and Lord help me say this correctly, who have been so deeply wounded that pieces of their mind has escaped them. They don't know how to fully convey what it is that they're feeling. Or they might be able to do it, but in their own way. And people just dismiss them because it's not how, it's meet them where they are type of energy. Okay? And this is where our spiritual gifts, discernment, intuition, empathy comes in. Because we have the natural patience, the natural heart, the natural intention to want to do right by these people. So I'd rather be surrounded by, air quotes, okay, this is not my word, but I'd rather be surrounded by outcasts and misfits who was degraded, disowned, and abandoned by society because they are not like them, than society who goes around bullying people and slapping bitches high fives for stealing, killing, and destroying. It's not what you do, but how and why you do it. Okay? And that's what I stand firm on. I don't give a fuck who you are. Envy. Okay, DJ Envy could be significant. Breakfast Club. But these people are envious. Okay? That's why they acting out this erratic ass energy. Like, ho, sit down. I didn't tell you to do that. So don't get mad at us when we call you out on that and the rest of your bullshit. Okay? If you don't want to be called out, then have a seat somewhere. Do better. Okay? Spike Lee. Mo Better Blues. Okay? Somebody got the blues and they only gonna get better. Meaning worse. In this case. 2405 on the clock timer. That's my address as a child growing up. All tied up. Okay. There's two perspectives of this card and energy that I'm getting. The initial energy is that these people are all tied up in their envy. The number 43 could be significant because 20 plus 24 was just on the clock timer. 20 plus 23, that's 43. I'm 43. I just had to put that in. But these people are all wrapped up in their envy and jealousy and pettiness and spite. That's all that they know, and that's all that they will ever be. The secondary energy behind this card is somebody's all tied up in you, femme masculine. Somebody caught up in the rapture of love, baby. You got somebody twisted, confirmation. Thank you, Holy Spirit. But twisted in a good way. Somebody asked me on one of the apps last night, have you ever been knotted up? And I'm like, knotted up, do you mean as in tied up, held to the motherfucking now? Because ain't no bitch or nigga that I trust enough to tie me up during sexual escapades. And blindfold, absolutely not, unless I can take it off myself. Okay, but you ain't knotting me up. What is that? 25 on the clock timer, 77 is significant. 1977. The numbers 14 and 5, again, fifth house energy, success, rewards, creativity, romance, fun. It's time to get your freak on. Fem masculine. It's okay for you to be a freak and you spiritual, unless the divine says otherwise, okay? So again, don't be going saying, Bryce said, I did say that, but there was an addendum to that. Read the fine print. Okay, but yes, somebody, you got people tied up all which ways. Turn them loose. So the divine is about to turn this person that's tied up in your love, in the essence of you, they're about to turn them loose and they're about to come your way. Okay, I feel masculine, and this is what you've been waiting for. Okay, this is what you've been, and I don't want to necessarily say waiting because it gives the impression that you're stagnated. Okay, I've been single 12 going on 13 years. And I'm a relationship type of person, but I ain't been waiting on no hoe. I pray, Holy Spirit, best friend, we need to do something about this because I'm ready. Okay, I'm not bringing no childhood traumas, no unhealed issues into this next relationship. I'm ready. Okay, but this is what we've been anticipating, this union. Okay, somebody's absolutely fascinated with you, mind, body, and soul. And they want to be with you. If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Something like that. Spice Girls could be significant, or something about spice, a spice rack, something about a lazy Susie, or something like that. I'm hearing carousel. Somebody wants to take you on a carousel ride. Somebody wants to Aladdin you. They want to take you on a magical carpet ride, okay? They want to be your genie. Christina Aguilera could be significant, that album. What else, Holy Spirit? Ooh, what was that? What jumped out? Jumping jacks could be significant. Okay, so we got fifth chakra. Archangel Gabriel. It's in a reverse. So this particular archangel ain't protecting these hoes that's envious. Okay, they don't got no spiritual backup. Okay, so in other words, they need to back the fuck up or get backed up. Not by us. Of course, they gonna blame us for it, but by the Most High. Okay, they're going to be stopped suddenly. Okay, what's this? Pull up Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is known as the angel of revelation and communication, often associated with delivering divine messages. See, these people, they don't get the message. You know what I've been saying? They don't get the messages. And if they get them, they ignore them. So how is it our fault when we be obedient and we do what we were sent here to do? Bitch, are you not going to do your job for... Well, some of them do. They skip on doing their job to go hang out with the homies. And then they get mad at their homies because they check came up short. Bitch, you the one that took off for work? Yeah, they asked you, but ultimately, you were the one that made the decision. So whose fault is it? Self? DJ Self? I know he feel like a damn fool regarding Cardi B. He got to. See, it's that type of energy. Cardi B told him out the gate that she was going to be a star. And he didn't listen. He didn't believe in her. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to believe it in order for it to be true. Don't I always say that, fem masculine? And what is Cardi B now? A star. Bonafide household name, just about. Everybody that come across her love her. From all different types, different walks of life and the world. It's because of her transparent authenticity. And that's not to say that she's perfect, because she's not, none of us are. But she's true to who she is, and she knows who she is. And she owns it. Protector. I'm hearing that you're the protector of man, the voice of the voiceless. Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael in the upright. So 39 and 38 is significant. Fourth chakra. Pull up Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael's main role is a healer of physical bodies for both humans and animals. He is known for his presence having a comforting effect and will help in reducing stress and anxiety. Okay, so you could be, well, Archangel Raphael is definitely with you on your healing journey, but Archangel Michael's energy, Raphael, excuse me, energy could be flowing through you. That's why you are a healer, fem masculine, shaman, okay, holistic care, energetical, Reiki energy healing, okay, emotional. You're an advocate for those who were advocateless. I don't think that's a word, but it is now because I just made it up. Okay, angel of balance. See, you can balance yourself. You don't need nobody to tell you what your balance is because you done went through it. You know what works for you, what don't work for you. And that's all that matters. And what you know aligns with the Most High. That's all that matters. Don't nobody else, I don't care if this entire world don't get my purpose and design. It's not for them to get. It's for me and for the ones that I was meant to touch and help. Okay? And it's up to them if they want to accept the help or not, but I'm not for to force no bitch to do nothing. I'm going to put it out there, show all the cards, well, most of them, because as true high priestesses, intuitives, we don't tell everything that we see and know. Just like the divine does with us. Yeah, we are highly gifted seers, but we don't know everything, because if we knew half the things that we knew going in, we wouldn't have taken this journey, that type of energy. 32 on the clock timer. Again, that's 5 and 5. Upcoming changes for your highest good and expansion, 5th house energy, success, rewards, creativity. You're exposing what these knock-knee, slew-footed, bobble-headed, rickety-ass bitches be doing behind the scenes in the dark. And it's not that we're prying all up in their business, because we truly mind our business. But when you're attacking people that don't deserve it, oh yeah, we got a problem with that, because we, at one point in time, for most of our lives, we were that person. Is what I'm saying. Angel of balance. Okay, you are truly an angel in disguise, and most people don't. I mean, they're starting to get it. They're walking away from the bullshit, or walking away from people, places, and things. Okay, I cut a cord real quick. 33 on the clock timer. That's ascended master energy. You and your counterpart are ascended masters. Master teachers teaching master lessons. Now, whether they learn and apply, that's up to them. But your job is to teach. And you taught, amongst other things, whatever your other duties are. You did that. So job well done. Congratulations. Okay. Now we're going to get into the water oracle. As I can't take my eyes off this fountain. Okay. The way this water, or the light, is reflecting in this water. You could be seeing orbs, white orbs. Specifically, you could start seeing people's auras. That ain't never been my bag. I hate when people ask me, can you see my aura? What color is my aura? Bitch, I don't know. That ain't my calling. That ain't what I do. Somebody else asked me the other day, and she gave me her hands. What can you tell me about me? And straight up, because I don't need the cards. I just like them as a tool. because I get tickled when I say something and then I throw a card out and it confirms what I just said. But I told her, like, you holding on to shit that you need to let go of. And she dead ass looked me in my face and was like, you're wrong. But then she ended up, saying that, yeah, she had a situation. But it's choices. We all got free will. Don't get mad at us for the choice that you made, unless we deceived you, and that's not what we do. Now, if you underestimate us, then that's on you. Did nobody tell you to think less of us than what we are, and vice versa? Holy Spirit, keepers of the water, Yemayah Oshun. Maybe Poseidon and Medusa could be significant. Now, I knew Poseidon was coming up in these readings. I just thought he was as the ruler of the oceans. But, and I knew this before, but it slipped my mind as I was re-engaged to the story of Medusa, because she's vilified as this bitch with snake hair, and she just evil. And you when you look at her, you turn into stone. Didn't nobody ever bother going into Medusa's backstory? Medusa was victimized. Medusa was one of 3 sisterhoods that they were like half-breeds or something like that, but she was the only one in physical form, monsters if you will, but she was the only one that manifested physical form. And so when Poseidon saw Medusa, he decided, listen to what I'm saying, he decided that Medusa was his for the taking. And what did Poseidon do? He brutalized and raped Medusa. And then confirmation, thank you Holy Spirit, and then she was vilified into the demon entity that she is known for today, but she is no demon. Okay? Her energy is shadow because of what was done to her and how she left the world, by story. And I believe it. I believe it. I believe everything that they taught us to believe is fiction, mythology. I believe those are the real truths. And not this bullshit that they taught us in school. Because how are we using algebra in our daily lives? Okay? Where am I applying the algebra? Nowhere. 37:37 on the clock timer. 10:10 completion. Closing out these cycles. You done closed out like 4 cycles because this is the second 10:10. So that's giving me the elements. Earth, air, fire, water. The seasons. Summer, winter, spring, fall. Okay? Squares. Something about shapes. Sacred geometry. So let's get these water messages, Holy Spirit. See, and I knew after yesterday, I was like, Holy Spirit, this feel different. This don't feel, it feels different. It's in alignment, but it feels different. Because I'm like observing everything, and I'm looking for the message. Because I'm like, at this point, I know that absolutely everything happens for a reason. So now I'm at the point, okay, what's the lesson here? What's the message? Is there a message here, Holy Spirit? Okay, give me the message. Let me know what it is. Gentle force. You're a gentle force of nature. But we know that just as gentle as nature can be, just as beautiful and gentle as nature can be, is just as ugly and destructive as nature can be. And that's the same thing with us. See, people think that because of our heart that we're weak. Our heart is what makes us so strong. Okay? And fuck around and find out. FAFO. Okay? If you think you fit to take advantage of us at this point in our lives, oh, think wrong. You're about to see what that shadow is like. Okay? And ain't nobody really seen our shadow at this point yet. Okay? They may have seen glimpses of it, but yeah. Because at this point, we know that we can operate in our shadow and still be in alignment, because we know of the shadow aspects. That which doesn't work for us, we severed that. Just the same in the light energy. Okay, that don't, that's too much light. Okay, ego, okay, conceit, dial that back. You need to be humble. That type of energy. Okay. Yeah. Talking about why they get to be a professor in a college. Well, bitch, you didn't even get your high school diploma. What you mean? Why do they get to be a professor? The mist. Okay, something about a light mist, fog to be setting in. Trust your inner compass. Be led from within. So that's telling me, don't be concerned with what it looks like right now, because what it looks like right now is mist. The clearing up of a lot of fog. Fog is pollution. Okay, 4034 on a clock timer, 434. You could be seeing that, a variation of that. Okay, so a lot of the fog is being cleared up. So now it's just mist. And even with the mist, it's still challenging to be able to navigate through your path. And when you get to this juncture at this point in your journey for masculine, 4056 on a clock timer, 456, you're rapidly growing and advancing, consecutively moving in the right direction. Okay, so when you come to a point where things aren't as clear as you would like them to be with your physical senses, lean into your intuition, lean into the Holy Spirit of the Most High for guidance, protection, and direction. And then pay attention to your discernment, your intuitive promptings, your emotions, because we know that our emotions are the indicator on where we stand on the spectrum of being in alignment. The better we feel, the more we want to head in that direction. Why do we keep going in the path of direction of things that don't feel good to us? And I'm talking to myself too, because I did that for the longest. I keep going back there knowing it don't feel good. Why? Familiarity, trauma bonding, codependency, something like that. Atlantis. Okay, so keep the big vision. Stay in alignment as you grow. The Holy Spirit gave you a vision for a reason. Hold fast to that. Hold fast to that. What else, Holy Spirit? Stagnant waters. Feeling stuck? A call for shifts, flow, and change. Remember, when you can't see your way through, it's a little bit too misty. I was finna say musty, so somebody need to dap them underarms. Somebody musty, okay? Or somebody is like a moldy type smell or something like that. But feeling stuck, a call for shifts, flow, and change. Okay, lean into your intuition, because our physical eyes will trick us all the time. Okay, I thought I just saw, yeah, you did, but because of that, the way that light was hitting that angle at that particular moment, it looked like that, but that was just an illusion. This is what it actually is, that type of energy. Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you. You're just as beautiful. Yes. Thank you. So the final card here is immerse yourself. Training, learning, new hobbies and passions. Wasn't that just what I was saying? Okay. Angel of Balance is coming out under Angel of Balance. Metamorphosis at the bottom of the deck. I cannot make this shit up. This is what we've been talking about. Embrace transformation. Things are now different. That's what I started this video by saying. 4404 on the clock timer, 444. Meditate more. Your foundation is protected. Okay? Can't nan bitch destroy it. Not you, not them, not they, not us. Nobody. It's written, is what I'm saying. So I want to get some final energies. I'm not even going to get into the tarot. I'm going to get into the wild mystic, because this is just a very magical time in our lives, the masculine. Collaborate at the bottom of the deck. Get ready to collaborate. You're already consciously co-creating with the divine. So that's not the collaboration I'm talking about. I'm talking about collaborating with your peers, your soul tribe, your counterpart. Collaborators that want influencers that want to collaborate with you. You could already have a platform or be some sort of content creator, spiritual or not. Okay, but you're out there. Okay, you're out there. You have content, whether it's a podcast or whatever it is. Defend yourself. Don't be no weak punk pussy bitch and let people walk all over you. Those days are over. That will never happen again. And thank you, brother. Yeah, defend yourself, because somebody's trying to trick you. Somebody is trying to trick you. The mist. Yeah, it's the last remnants of the illusion that they have concocted on such a grand scale that it was foggy. Okay, you thought the clouds had fallen. But now that shit is being rectified. You're being vindicated. There's still a little mist that makes it challenging for you to see from a certain vantage point. But somebody's still tricking you or trying to. Don't trust them. Okay? Do not trust them. If they make you feel bad inside, and brother, I want you to hear this. If they make you feel bad inside, then they're not for you. Okay? Remember that. Next time we have that conversation. Yeah, they have no protection. Protect in the reverse, and they're certainly not protecting you. This is somebody that wanted you to believe that they had your back, but they really don't.
I'll have it now. I'll have it.
I got your back too, brother. They're planning to betray you. This is like they're trying to set you up for the okie doke. Okay. I got your okie doke, bitch, and it ain't popcorn. Okay? If you're from Chicago, then you know. Victory. Yeah, see, we got the victory still. It don't matter. Because their energy is fucked up. They could do the right thing in a fucked up energy and it will still be wrong. I'm going to say that again. They could do the right thing for the wrong reasons and it will still be wrong because of their intentions. Y'all know the example that I always give. Two people doing the same thing. Video recording themselves giving money and or food to a homeless person. I personally wouldn't do that because that's, you know, how do we know that they want their story out there like that? But let's just say that the cameras weren't involved. Let's just say the two people went and did the same thing. One person wanted to do it because they wanted to be seen as somebody benevolent, as somebody who does good for other people. They wanted the clout. Now the second person did the exact same thing, but their reason was unconditional love. To show kindness where kindness wasn't shown to that person before. Same acts, two different reasons will justify the outcome. So again, it's going back to why do they get to do, bitch, mind your business. We get to do that because you didn't want to learn the lesson. Okay, you didn't want to pay attention. So you failed. And because you failed, what do you mean? We're not going to let you go into the delivery room and give birth to a baby when you have not been certified. Ho, are you crazy? Yes, and some of them are. No offense to the mental illness community. I'm not talking about that. Because some people have things wrong with them that they cannot help. This is something fundamentally wrong with someone who continuously does the same fucked up bullshit over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, thinking they're gonna win. And maybe once upon a time, yeah, it did work until they came across us. Bitch, you got the right one and the wrong one at the same time. Hello, yeah, wisdom. Okay, what I tell you? You know, stagnant waters. We see the thing with wisdom. What is wisdom? What makes you so wise? It's because we went through the concept of knowledge. Knowledge is a concept. They can teach us everything in the book, but we're not experienced until we actually put what we know into action. And based on what we've learned from putting the knowledge into the action, it becomes wisdom. Once we see that, hey, it didn't quite work that way. I know this is what the textbook said, aka the Bible, for example. I'm just saying, it is what it is. Yeah, this is what it said, but I'm doing it step by step, but it's not working out here. So you have to, make a few tweaks. Go within. Holy Spirit, okay, I know this is what it say here, but it ain't working for me like it said there. So am I the one that's screwed up? Or what's good, Holy Spirit? I talk to God, universe, source, energy, Holy Spirit, the Most High, like I talk to a regular person. And I talk out loud. And I know people be thinking I'm crazy, but I'm one of the most sanest people that you know. Or that they know. Baby, my mind is all intact. Okay, that's why I can talk to myself. Okay, because if I can't talk to myself, then who can I talk to? Why am I going to go to the next bitch to ask them something about me? Why? Unless you need to, until you get strong enough to not need that impartation. Okay? That's what this journey is about. Come on, Holy Spirit. Because I wasn't even intending to get into all of this. But see, yeah, consume the knowledge and the wisdom. Consume the lessons. Okay? Or the lessons will consume you. And that's exactly what happened to these people. They are not considered sacred in the eyes of the divine. So if the divine does not consider you sacred, that means that the Most High does not cherish you. Hear what I'm saying? And this is not to the people that, hey, this is my first time in life as a soul being on earth. This is my first life experience. No, we're not talking to y'all. We're talking about the ones who did the same shit in and out of lifetimes. Yes, previous lifetimes. Yes, reincarnations. We've all been here more than once. Believe it or not, that's your business. I'm not here to convince you. But when you... if you start doing the due diligence, don't just take my word for it. Please don't. I encourage you. I beg of you. I implore you. I beseech you. I intercede on your behalf to the Holy Spirit of the Most High that you will take action and do your own due diligence. Because it ain't about me. I did my part by giving this message. Yeah. Adaptation. The ability to adapt. See, yeah, you're that good type of chameleon. I'm hearing chameleonaire, okay? Because you can shift and shape and fit into any environment. And it's not out of no fake phony shit. It's just who we are. I've always been that way. I could go to the goths. I could go to the I can't think of the emos. I've been in every such a witcher community. I used to wear choke bracelet, choke necklaces. I used to wear a chain around my neck with a padlock. And I could fit in seamlessly. And then I didn't have to be fake. There was something in each environment that spoke to me, that resonated. And that's why we're able to adapt. Play, strength, determination. Yeah, it's time for you to have some fun, but be cunning while you're doing it for masculine. Be smart, be strategic, be tactical, be very meticulous. Okay? And I feel like that inherently comes to us now. Okay? And if we get ready to do something out of impulse, we quick to check a bitch. And when I say check a bitch, I'm talking about self. We quick to, hey now, because I almost did it last night. I almost acted a plumb fool. But I said, hey, let me step back. I'm going to still watch. But hey, I ain't got no business here than being a resident. So if I took some action, then I could be held legally liable. So it's that type of energy. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And I've said this plenty of times. Can't no bitch come up to me and tell me about myself. You can tell me your opinion, but you can't tell me any facts about myself. Because I already know me. I did the work. I know me by doing the work. There was a time, once upon a time, where I didn't know me. So I needed other people's validation. I needed other people's belief. I needed other people's permission. I needed other people to find me valuable. But why would I need people to find me valuable when they don't know my worth? Same for you, Fem Masculine. I'm going to go ahead and drop the mic on that. Click like, share, subscribe. Donate to the channel. I'm hearing donuts. Go get you a donut. Get you some Krispy Kremes. Or get you one of those delicacies, one of those neighborhood bakeries, and get you some donuts. Okay? Get you a baker's dozen. I'm hearing a baker's dozen. Yep. 13. A baker's dozen is 13. 13 is the number of endings. Yeah, get you a baker's dozen of donuts. Okay. Keep them all to yourself or pass them out as you wish. But this is marking an ending of a soul cycle. And I feel it. This pre-full moon energy is chaotic. Okay, a lot of shit is just going on right now. It's a whole lot of, but it needs to occur. And we know that full moons are all about revealing what's done in the dark and manifestation. Okay, now I'm dropping the mic on that for real. Click like, share, subscribe, donate to the channel. Until next time, peace, bye. Get out of my face. I love y'all. Unconditionally.